What's up, Podheads? Today we're taking a look at the Soundqubed HDX-PA65B loudspeaker. These things come in at $200 a pair and 300 watts RMS. Nice looking speaker cast basket, ferrite magnet, and a black phase plug. Let's take a look at the data and see what this thing is. In order to limit the low end distortion on this speaker, I set a high pass crossover of 109 hertz. If you put more power to it, you're going to need a little bit higher crossover at 130 hertz. Overall frequency response for this speaker, I'd say it plays pretty well, nicely down to about 160 hertz, and it will put out output up until 14,000 hertz. Response-wise, it's not terrible. There are some lows and a pretty good peak here at the 3,200 hertz mark, but overall not terrible. It requires 5 watts in order to get this speaker to 90 decibels. Frequency response stays roughly the same. Distortion at 90 decibels is extremely well maintained with everything under 2%, and the majority staying under 1%. It takes 12 watts to get this thing up to 110 decibels. Distortion at 110 decibels stays very nicely maintained at under 5% throughout the frequency range, and it's pretty good. At 100 watts using 130 hertz, high-pass crossover distortion still stays very nicely maintained under 10%, and output increases up to, I'd say, about 120 decibels. Increasing the power to 150 watts, output increases a little bit above 120 decibels, and distortion still stays fairly well maintained at under 10%. This speaker is rated for 300 watts. Can it take 300 watts? Yes, I believe it can take 300 watts without getting too crazy distorted. However, you may need to bump the high-pass crossover up to about 155 hertz. The Soundqubed HDX-PA65B, $200 a pair, 300 watts RMS. It does have it's an okay frequency response, somewhat flat, somewhat linear. Plays from about 200 hertz up to about 14K. So it's a loud one. It'll get up to about 125 decibels if you give it 300 watts. Boosh.